Justin Ball. I grew up right outside Detroit, Michigan, and I did a lot of my military service around Fort Bragg and recently retired there. With the River program, as I'm one of the co-facilitators, I work with Lisa Ledoux. The River program got its start when Brian Rydell from Team Rubicon Canada reached out and engaged Lisa Ledoux on the possibility of developing a program specific for Canada. Lisa reached out to see if I'd be interested in putting a program together, and so we sat down and showed it to Brian, and he let us run with it.
We created this program with the real focus in mind of helping service providers be healthy and resilient while they're providing service to the communities, with transition in mind. That a lot of times when people are coming out of the military or moving from a job as a first responder, that once we get into the general civilian community, it feels like no one else understands or it's gone.
We've also recognized that this is a very similar culture between the military and a lot of first responder communities, whether that's EMS, fire, law enforcement, corrections. And a lot of times when you leave those communities, it becomes sort of difficult to transition into a civilian role.
I joined the military because I was a young student. I didn't have any real direction in terms of a career. It just kind of seemed that it was Groundhog Day. You know, we did the same thing Monday to Friday, and then deployment started happening. I did my first tour to Afghanistan, and subsequently thereafter, I started losing friends. And that's when the challenges started to happen.
When you leave your agency, you're going to be remembered about 15 minutes after your taillights leave the parking lot. We all talk about brotherhood in the fire service, in law enforcement, but realistically, it doesn't last. After that last coffee with the boys, the timer starts.
I signed up in the military, simple reason that I came from a small town. I found out that school was not for me anymore, and flipping burger at McDonald's was not a good career choice for me. So I decided that, well, what the heck, I'm gonna go check the recruiting center, and that the process started. I would say the adaptation for me was really hard because I got out of a very still stressful trade, going back to a civilian life. I was mostly absorbed by rage with things that happened in my private life. Madness took over. And it was rage that kind of built up over, I would say, the last 2 years. And I kind of crashed.
I spent 13 years in several roles in the first responder world as a paramedic and as a volunteer firefighter. I transitioned into paramedicine formally after a good friend of mine passed away in a vehicle accident, and I saw footage posted online of first responders extricating him, and I was trying to make meaning out of that pain from that experience.
To serve was never my 12-year-old dream. This program matters because no matter if you've had 1 year of service in the first responders or veteran, you've had one deployment or 10, I'm okay with being led to do things. There's not a day goes by that I don't get excited seeing these classmates I'm going to work with, and any one of these people, to be on a saw with them is an absolute honor and a pleasure with these guys.
River provided an opportunity for me to help me calibrate like how much healing and recovery I've done, and also provide inspiration in where I'm potentially headed to next. The physicality spoke to me as well. I just like being outdoors. I love working with my hands. I run a farm currently.
I wasn't really sure what River was.
And so it was intriguing because after I finished the application, I still didn't truly know what I was applying for.
So I just kind of came with an open mind and ready to experience the the river.
I find that the morning class are very interesting. They force you to go down to get some emotion that you probably hide in the safe a long time ago.
The mornings are a mental day. You're going to push yourself mentally to make sure you're getting all the information in, and then physically in the afternoon just to make sure you don't get too tired. You're going to hit that wall in classroom, that 1 o'clock nap that you want, so they make sure you're out there sawyering.
I love being in the woods. I love being in nature.
I did start to develop a relationship with the chainsaw, and I'm very grateful for that.
And it might sound trivial, but as a great mentor yesterday had told me, you have to feel the process of what you're doing. And sawyer work is definitely more complicated than I thought it would be, but I relish in every single second of it.
Working with the sawyer in the afternoon, that's freaking interesting. I mean, this is good, very good. With the sawyer course, I find that's get you the release valve that you need for the end of the day to be able to say, yeah, okay, now I'm good, I could go to bed tonight, and I would dream well.
Here I am halfway through river, met some amazing people that I will most definitely be friends with for probably the rest of my life.
The power of human relationship can be so healing. Put a jumbled up set of events from their past with really difficult stories and kind of put them together into a coherent narrative about their life, and to have that accepted by other people. When people get to speak and share their stories, healing takes place.
There's a closeness that develops, which in my mind means flexibility to be able to move from one transition in life to another.
With the program, it helps to show you resilience, to move forward and to build yourself. And I would say put the lid on the closure of everything that I did and kind of show me that, hey, there's a way to ground yourself, there's a way to control yourself before you blow up.
This program is helping develop the next set of leaders, of empathetic humanitarians, but how to stay safe mentally and emotionally doing it.
If you're questioning whether or not Team Rubicon is a good fit for you, and you're looking for what you used to have in the military, then Team Rubicon is definitely something that can offer all those things, and maybe even have a backroom beer with you at the end of the day.
At least come peek in the door. It's a 10-day commitment. There's no expectation that you have to give something in return afterwards. That was made very clear. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, that's okay too. It can still be, a side quest in the rest of your journey.
Team Rubicon's doing it right so far from finding the right people. The Zen just happens. Everyone is hyper-focused on doing the best damn job possible. To get shit done, my God, is that ever a core value.
It's a bunch of other people that are looking for that fellowship and feeling of belonging. After that, definitely a set of tools to deal with the residue of a life of first response and service. River is kind of the best of the camaraderie of Team Rubicon. I'd have to use the word powerful.
This is building a healthy veteran and first responder transition program where they feel like they've been mentored into an organization that can capture their skill set that they've brought with them from their previous profession and put them in a position where they can give back.
In talking with River graduates, one of the things that struck me was that most of them said they didn't fully realize the value of the program until about 6 months later, because they saw it in the results of their own work. They saw it in their relationships with others. When we look beyond differences and realize that we're really all alike, I think the word that comes to me when I think of the three cohorts of River is momentum. the building momentum of excitement about, yes, we need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of each other, and we have communities to take care of, and now we can do it better. And so the word that comes to me is momentum.
So one word to describe River would be relationship.
River stands for resiliency as its first letter, and I think that is pretty impactful for us to be resilient in all aspects of what we do. So I think resiliency is probably my word.
What I'm taking away from this course is between collaboration and get shit done, we got it. That is my big takeaway from River.
I will definitely be taking away the idea behind tending my fire. You need to have a spark, but if your fire is raging out of control, it can burn people, it can burn yourself. You need to have a well-tended fire. The first word that came to mind was, for me, River provided a great sense of relief.
It's okay not to be okay. That would be my phrase.
You can paddle, you can pause, you can portage this river, but just keep moving and take each obstacle one by one.
A human map of light opened up the way. A net of silver beads had shone, that you just frozen on the lake. You know my heart is warm, a circle made in the night. The stars that never fade. A longing that I want to hide inside you and not above. You know my heart is yours, where it once belonged. My eyes for you, my arms to hold on to. The roses bow their head, I hold it once again, a beauty that